Beanies are one of my favorite things in the world other than, you know, the essentials like love and food and Finding Nemo. But this one specifically, I also love it, but every time I put it on, I look like a traffic cone or like a Klan member. And then I go to fix it and I pull it like that, and then I just look like a peanut. I decided on the forbidden gummy worm look. I think it's better than, you know, looking like a white supremacist. Wait, what if I just flatten it? Oh, I could make like a bowl. I could do this, and then I could get these goldfish here. There we go, the snack that smiles back, AKA me. It's perfect, except for the ones that fell. Anyways, not the point of the video. I have 3 fears in life. People were asking me what my fears are in the last video for some reason, and the great part about being a content creator is I could lie. See, I just said people were asking me about my fears. Nobody did that. No one asked, but I'm still gonna tell you. Anyways, my 3 biggest fears in life. The first one is kind of weird. It's, why am I actually eating these? Fear number 1. Fear number 1, choking to death. Not actually, but I might. Fear number 1, not in order, I just have like 3 main fears. So the first one is, I'm a skinny guy, so when I shower, I have an irrational fear that I'm just gonna slip down the drain, you know? Yes, that's an actual fear. Fear number 2 is my girlfriend Bella. She can get pretty scary. When she gets mad at me, she like turns all green, she gets really big muscles, and she's like, oh, I'm Harry Styles. Just kidding, she says, oh, Bella Smash, and kills me. Now she's gonna see this and be like, I don't do that. I don't turn green, I just beat you up. She doesn't actually hurt me at all. I have a fear of her because of what she does to other people if they hurt me. I'll explain later. Fear number 3, accidentally killing someone, and that almost happened today. So I have this like 91-year-old neighbor. He's a fossil of a human being. He was around back when Earth wasn't. I don't know, I'm not good at history. I couldn't make a funny history joke. He's actually not even 91. He was 91 when I was 8 years old, and I'm 22 now. So if you do that math, he's like at least 600. He's also a pretty frail guy. He's like, you know, 90 years old. He's like, oh, I'm Harry Styles. I don't know why I keep making that Harry Styles joke, but he's like, oh, I'm old, and why am I doing this? Do old people do that? Maybe. But where I live, around these parts, why did I say it like that? Around these parts, we don't take your kind. Around these parts, we have a lot of not old people, Cam, get it together. Around these parts, we have a lot of acorns, like the things that squirrels chew on. My hand gestures are not it today. The acorns on the ground, important to the story, okay? I'll get there, but we're just gonna rewind a tiny bit. Really old man's son came over to my house. I'm talking like a caveman. Old man, son, house. Here. So the old man's son came over to our house and he knocked on the door and my mom answered and she was like, what do you need? And he was like, I need to bring my father to the hospital. He has something wrong with him. He can't really walk. I need someone to help me carry him. Obviously, I'm not gonna make my mom go help carry him, and I overheard from upstairs and I'm like, Mom, I'll do it. I'll go carry that old man to the hospital. So I go over there, the old man's like, hey, and I'm like, hey. And his father's like, all right, you get on that side, I'll get on this side. We have to pick him up by the arm and walk him slowly. I'm like, what, slow down. I've never picked up an old man before. I've never picked up anyone except, like, my dog. I've never picked up an old man before, and he's acting like I do this every day. So he gets on one side, I like watch his technique a little, he like sticks his hand under his armpit and grabs him by the wrist. I'm like, okay, I don't want to put my hand anywhere near this stanky ass man. When I was younger, someone said old people smell bad, and I've never looked back. I've never gone near an old person. I don't want to smell bad. So I didn't stick my hand like under his armpit, even though I guess I'm supposed to. Even after Googling it, it says stick your hand under their armpit for extra support. I just like lightly grabbed his forearm like this, you know, like a giant, cucumber. You know, I just held it like this, and don't Photoshop anything here, please. So the old man's son was on this side, like holding his armpit, and I'm on the other side holding his forearm like an idiot. By the way, I wasn't just not holding his armpit because I thought it was gonna smell bad. That was a joke. I also, for some reason, thought that would like hurt his shoulder or like dislocate his arm or something, so I was scared to do that. But I soon realized that holding him by the forearm, way worse. He was a little bit lopsided like this, and he was like a little unstable, but we were getting him down the stairs pretty well. And then we were just walking him to the car. He was only like 30 feet away, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it was all flat ground, there was no hill or anything, and we were slowly walking him. I totally forgot about the acorns on the ground though, and that's my fault. He stepped on one, and I don't know if you know about acorns. They're kind of round, and round equals roll, and roll equals fall. So of course one of his feet ends up on a little acorn, and I'm like, oh my god, it's happening. I'm gonna accidentally kill someone. And he starts like falling in slow motion, like actually slow motion, because he's old and he can't fall quick even if he wants to. He's like falling backwards, and I only have him by the forearm, so I'm like dangling him. But he starts falling in like slow motion, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god, I just made a YouTube video about how I'm not Jeffrey Dahmer, and now I'm gonna accidentally kill someone. This is horrible. And his son, who's like 60 or something, I don't know, he's a pretty big guy, bigger than me. I'm like I'm built like a wet cardboard box. He somehow loses a grip of the man. He had him by like the hand or forearm or whatever, and the armpit, and I only had him by the forearm, and he loses the grip. So I have him by the forearm, and he's like falling towards me and towards the ground, and I just like swing him around like a tetherball, and he lands softly on the grass, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my god. He's dead, because he closed his eyes for a second. Like, the impact was so soft. It was like a marshmallow landing in a field of marshmallows. And he just lays there like, I'm like, there's no way. He felt like a feather, and he's really gonna die like this. But he didn't. He opens his eyes, he's like, oh, thank you. And guess who he said thank you to? His son, not me. Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, your son just dropped you. He was like plotting a murder. He's trying to get me to kill you. And you're gonna thank him and not me, the one who saved your life? Anyways, that's how I almost killed someone by accident and also saved his life. Back to me being scared of my girlfriend though. I know you're still wondering about that, or you're not, and you don't care, and you already clicked away, but that would be pretty sad. Please don't. But I went to a Machine Gun Kelly concert with my girlfriend, and I got thrown up on before the dude even came out onto the stage, which I guess I kind of deserved because I'm a fan of MGK. But I got thrown up on, and I looked at my girlfriend, and I'm like, I just got puked on. She's like, no, you didn't. I'm like, look at my leg. And she's like, yeah, you did. And she kind of laughed at that. She didn't really care because it, you know, wasn't her. I would do the same if my friend got puked on. Just a funny situation for whoever's not getting puked on, you know? But fast forward like 20 minutes when MGK comes out, after a couple songs, a girl tries to like pass us. It's a row of seats. It wasn't like a field or whatever. So this girl starts walking past us in the row of seats, and she decides it's a good idea to drag her hand across my body like this, like my chest area or neck area or whatever, like seductively. She thought that'd be a great idea in front of my girlfriend, and I'm just like, oh no, here we go again. And Bella looks at me, she's like, did she just touch you the way I think she just touched you? And I'm like, yeah, please don't beat her up. And by the time I was done saying that, she was after that woman. So she missed like 4 songs of one of her favorite artists to track down a woman who touched me. And she came back and she had a couple bruises on her thighs, and I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, did you jump this poor woman? What are you doing? She's probably just drunk. She probably thought I was her boyfriend or something. I'm super confused because she had bruises on her thighs, and I'm like, did you jump this poor woman? And if you did, why did you kick her with your thighs? That doesn't seem very effective. And she didn't say anything. She just laughed and then started like dancing and singing to MGK. I'm like, hello? She never returned to the concert. She never returned to her seat, which was like 2 seats down from me. So I don't know what happened to that girl. I hope she's okay. I asked her about it a few days later, and she was like, oh, I actually didn't even find her. I just tripped and fell. But I don't know if I believe that. But at the same time, like, if you trip and fall, I feel like you would get bruises on your thighs. But if you beat someone up, why would you get bruises on your thighs? It's kind of ironic. You know, we're kind of like Joe Goldberg in Love from the show You. Because I almost killed an old man by accident, and she might have killed a young woman on purpose. But yeah, those are my 3 biggest fears. Is that what I was talking about? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this vlog short. I wasn't itching my nose, I was picking it. Nope, I said that I wasn't picking my nose, I was itching it. I don't know why I'm trying to convince you I wasn't picking my nose. I could just edit this out, but will I? Yes. No. But I'm gonna cut this vlog short. I don't even know if it's short, and it's also not really even a vlog. I just kind of sit here and talk. Hopefully it's not boring. Maybe next week I'll go in public and... No, who am I kidding? I won't go anywhere. But I do still have a special thing planned for merch that I'm gonna give a lot of people a huge discount or a bunch of merch for free. But it is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I was trying to have my people talk to the other people and get all that sorted out, but I don't have any people, and I'm just being lazy. But thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, turn notifications on so you never miss a video. Follow my socials, buy merch, watch the other videos, give me your credit card information. But other than that, I'm bad at saying goodbyes, so again, just like last week, I'm gonna cut the video off in the middle of when